Hello folks, hope you're doing well. This should be a very quick video. Yeah. Well, I've said before about accountability that if you hold someone accountable, then pretty much they should be holding you accountable as well. Yeah, judging by the understanding of human nature. Because if I'm pointing the finger at you and doing it in a way of judgment rather than love, then you have every right to do the same to me, don't you? Every right, and by human nature you're going to do the same to me. You're going to say, excuse me, you're pointing the finger at me, well what about you? That's completely understandable. Yeah, so, and if I'm doing it in love, then again, I'm challenging you to do the same. If I'm saying I'm holding you accountable because I love you, because I want you to deal with this thing in your life because it's bad for you, then I'm challenging you to do the same to me, aren't I? By doing that, I'm saying if you love me, you're going to do the same to me. Yeah? Okay. The problem is that I've not found people who would do that. I've not found people that would welcome accountability. And so I've had to hold myself accountable. And generally speaking, the way that works for me, if I point the finger at, or if I'm pointing out what people are doing that isn't good, more or less at the same time I'm doing that, I'm looking at me and saying, well, okay, are you leading the example? Are you doing better? Are you doing... And that's why being in church was so incredibly difficult, because I wasn't doing any better. I wasn't in a position where I could necessarily do that much better. And so it was like, well, excuse me, they're not doing it and I'm not doing it, so for goodness sake, where do I look here? The amount of times I cried out to God to help me in that situation. But yeah, that's why being in church was incredibly difficult, because I saw what they weren't doing and I saw what I wasn't doing. And I saw that this picture looks really bad, both from them and me. And so it was always a very depressing thing. I didn't realise it at the time, but it was. And so yeah. That's what I said in the last one about the fact that if I want to know if I'm doing well, I'll ask myself. Because I've been, I would say maybe just a tad too hard on myself in the past, but constantly looking at where I am and whether I'm doing well or not. It's been a constant thing, but it's been a very depressing thing over the years. Because I wasn't doing very well for most of that time, and it was never a lovely thing to look at. And even now, because of the fact that my understanding is different now, and my understanding of God and my understanding of me is very, very different now since I asked that questions. Who are you, Father, and who am I? My understanding of both who Father is and who I am has changed marvellously, magnificently. But my life still hasn't. Where I'm living, how I'm living's changed a bit. But anyone looking on the outside in would see no change. And that's frustrating. But I have to trust God that He's got this all in hand. Yeah. If I had other people that were holding me accountable, will I stop holding myself accountable? That's a question that's just this second coming to my mind, and I don't know the answer to that one. I really don't. I mean, it's quite likely it wouldn't change anything. I would still be my harshest critic. I think that probably would be the case, yeah. But that's okay. That's absolutely fine. I don't mind that in any way, shape or form. Because if that's going to help me in some way, great. Yeah. So there you go. I'm going to leave it to it. You take care, God bless, and I wish you well. I hope that in somehow some of these messages, the short ones and the long ones even, that in some way they're going to be helpful, that they're going to be a blessing in some way. That's the aim, that's the hope. You take care, God bless. I will leave you to it for now. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.